Hello there YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again, bright and early. Today's my day off, so we're going to be making a couple videos for different series a little bit early today, so expect quite a few videos to churn out over the course of the day. Question for you guys down in the comments straight away, do you guys sleep in on your days off, or do you have like a different sleep schedule on your days off? I know a lot of people like work different hours due to necessity. I normally have to get up at like 4 in the morning because then I have to commute into work for like first shift, 6 to 2:30 basically. And I used to be on night shift, which is what I would prefer to be living on, but you know, you got to pay bills and all that stuff. So now I sort of usually sleep in until about like 10 o'clock, which is significant. That's like almost a whole shift or half a shift. But yeah, you gotta get that sleep eventually, right? Anyways, back to Darkest Dungeon 2. Um, Unfortunately, off camera, I managed to actually beat the first confession and earned a ton of candles, which we have then put into
These are beaten,
unlocking
broken
all the
souls,
classes and access
and
to the
yet our
bounty hunter.
fortunes
Apparently,
collide
the
with
bounty
them.
hunter isn't a class that you start the game with. They're one that can appear at the end, so I don't know exactly how that works. We also figured out,
Wisdom will help you choose a
we looked
path.
at this meta progression here,
Resourcefulness
and I
will ensure
decided to
you
spend
survive it.
a lot of my points here into increasing candle chance, because I feel like putting that infrastructure now cost me 49 candles, but over the course of like probably, I don't know, 5 games, it's going to start to pay itself off, and it gives us a little bit more like luxury here in our pathing because we get one more armor point and one more wheel point. So we don't feel as constrained, don't have to do a lot of the urgent repairs, theoretically speaking. Otherwise, apparently you can also spend candles on like basically prestiging the game, or however you want to do it, ascension levels, and you can make a torch that will I guess these are different torches that you can equip onto your stagecoach after you get to the first inn after the valley, and it just makes the game straight up harder for you. As far as I've seen, there's really not, like, this one gives you +1 speed and disease resist, but otherwise, like, doesn't really look very good there. Yeah. Anyways, this renowned section is just skins for your caravan, so we're not really going to be spending much in that. Companionship is the ability to get pets that give your team a team-wide buff. We may go into that simply because it's just another slot to unlock, but right now I'm more interested in getting more tangible things in the game for the meta progression. Of course, like, these do give benefits. These aren't just like how do you say it? These aren't just cosmetic, right? Because the Orphan Wolf Cub, which you get just for 5 candles and unlocking the slot in the first place, can give everybody 5% stress resistance per luxury gear equipped, which is quite significant. Otherwise, this right here, resourcefulness, is just getting more stuff, and it's more of your, how do I say it? It's getting more resources and maintaining resources as you go, reducing repair costs. When you get to certain locations, you will get free items, free combat items, free mineral spring water, which is a pretty good item, and getting buffs basically just for going to specific locations, free money and baubles so that you can just buy better stuff. That one is probably going to be a lower priority for me. The rest of this is probably going to be a lower priority for me. I'm mainly going to be focused on unlocking more stuff in the game to increase variety.
Hearts and minds will carry the day.
And I've debated even like getting plus 5% death blow resistance on everybody because it's relatively cheap. But I don't feel like, I don't know. If you guys have watched my video on Aces and my videos on Aces and Adventures, you know that I'm quite averse to like meta progression like this. But it may just end up being necessary. But there's some good stuff in here. There's a total of 15% death blow resistance, and usually like a couple of different other resistances. Like say Highwayman here gets stun resistance and some bleed resistance, disease resistance, and access to certain trinkets. The in item or the trademark item at the end seems absolutely ridiculous on every class. And there's even paths here, which is, again, like alternative classes that change how certain skills work and sort of like makes your highwayman more specific. Like this one, of course, reducing our range damage significantly, giving us more health, and pretty much going for like a bleed build and gaining more defense.
Memory is the heart that
What
warms
this
the mind.
memory section is here is that if you clear a run with a character, like say Grave Robber, Leper, etc., you have the ability to spend candles on them to give them another buff, so long as they don't die. You can just keep going and giving them more memories. So this also I'm probably not going to be spending a lot on during the first bit. And these are just cosmetics. Alright.
Once more
Hopefully that
into the
wasn't too,
maelstrom, in
like,
search of what hope yet remains.
boring for you guys. We'll go ahead and get straight into another one. I think we're going to go ahead and do another denial confession. Simply because, well, as far as you guys who are watching here, you haven't seen the boss at the end of denial. So I kind of want to show that off.
Borderlands, half swallowed by the stain. Between semesters, we would spend our days rambling the woods, talking excitedly of esoteric theory and ancient mysteries. The crossroads, a place between places.
Alright. We've got a very DOT-centric team, especially two characters that utilize Blight. Got access to 2 healers, good access to Mark here. It's looking pretty good. I just have no idea what the heck you do. Self 10% damage. Tells me that that's 10% of my life. Target clear corpse adjacent monsters 3 blight. Okay. Self 20% damage, heal 25% on target. It's the upgraded version of that. Okay. Self-stress, target negative stress. Self-heal 25. Target gets a ton of stuff, but stress. Okay, this is going to be a little weird. It's a Cosmic Hater versus Cosmic Enemies. Negative damage taken plus damage gain on hit. -1 stress. He's got terrible disease resistance. Huh. Normally he would have some pretty good disease resistance, it seems, because he's down at 55. I'm going to assume that that is actually quite good. Pyromaniac on this character is actually quite sick as well. Holy shit. Yeah, that is nuts. We just got to get you some burn resistance. Tangle Scrounger. Photomaniac. If flame is high, round start gains some dodge. Pretty good for a backline. And our occultist is prone to investigating the dark arts. Who would have thought? Anyways, feeling pretty good about this team. We're going to have to figure out how to navigate the liminal spaces of having a flagellant on the team, especially as our
The
front line.
flame, sacred and sputtering.
And
The
since we
last
unlocked
hope
stuff
for us
last
all.
time, we have it here. What do we have? Plus 100% damage round and negative 30 damage. Debuff resist, negative damage per negative token. So basically, this gives us like a crap ton of damage. You know who I honestly would want this on? I think I want this on our occultist. I need to equip that first. Because this is just going to allow him to have, like, the damage is going to be insane. And then we can use Abyssal Artillery. This would be 6 to 12 on the back line. Chance to add target or combo becomes 8 to 14. Whew. It's a great turn 1. On turn end, chance to gain speed, gain on miss, daze. That seems terrible. I would rather not have any of my units. But if someone was, I think that we could get away with Bonnie being a little bit slower. Anyways, let's go ahead. Another thing that I mentioned before that is apparently not true is I've been mentioning since the start that you have to beat a layer in order to enter the mountain. That is not the case specifically on Denial. So,
Tribulation.
while we have been killing ourselves for data, it was not necessary. Oh, let's go, Pyro. No animation for that is a little weird, though, not gonna lie. But I suppose you would have to animate, like, every class. Yeah, we're gonna have, like, every DOT under the sun here. Okay, yeah, you are damaging yourself. Let's do something that isn't going to cause you to take damage.
The past is gone.
I suppose
Let it
another thing that we
die.
should look at is to see if his class actually has any specific buffs. Because sometimes they do. No. Okay.
Rest now for a time.
I'm pretty sure this man is dead.
Listen. Practice. Improve.
We are definitely going to upgrade Abyssal Artillery. If Plague Doctor is going to be in file, or file 3, then an extra bleed does also increase minimum damage and crit though. So I could see that. I also like the idea of ounce of prevention is just so good. Actually, you know what? Since one of our main heals is going to potentially give us bleed, go ahead, go into that. Give you battlefield medicine, because battlefield medicine upgraded will cause her to remove DOTs on herself as well as heal the target. It just seems like it's going to be somewhat useful. And then this allows him to heal himself for more, and then the target gets better buffs. Seems good. In fact, let's be honest, like all these seem pretty good. I don't know how much we're going to be using Deathless, but if we're going to be using Punish as our main attack, it might be best to improve it. And if our primary bossing strategy is to stack Blight, let's stack some Blight. Oh my god. That reset button needs to be someplace else. One time when I was off camera, I was legitimately like stun locked, buying and resetting skills for, I'd say, probably 5 minutes. Like, I need to be saved from myself. Anyways.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
We definitely want glimmers, because that gives us access to, torch. Laudanum is incredible. Just don't inhale it. And we really should be improving people's opinions of one another. I like playing cards, and I mean, we might as well grab the whiskey flask as well, right? We could also grab Soothing Poultice and put it on Bonnie so that she doesn't light herself on fire. But I'm not sure that she's worth 8 trinkets every single inn. Let's see how much all this is going to give us first. We'll try it and see how it works. Also, when you start losing enough, they start giving you this radiant flame in each inn, and basically this is the exact opposite of that infernal flame that I was talking about before. If for whatever reason you're like, man, I need a win, you could take this, install it onto your cart, and it just, all it does is give good buffs. And it gets stronger for each time that you lose, so then if you're on a losing streak, you can use that to sort of like boost yourself out. You're not going to be seeing much of that here.
The provinces and cantrevs of our land, crumbling.
Oh, excuse me, I need to talk to my people. Bonnie can hold a lot of them. You can hold the glimmer. Seems good. And now we're going to be playing cards. Okay. And now Bonnie has developed Braggart, which means that when she gains on hit, a chance to gain taunt. And she's less likely to make good relationships with people, which is quite unfortunate. Fight 6 or less road battles. We'll know where the hoarders are, but we kind of spent all of our money here. Move resistance is nice. And they want us to clear the lair for another 3 candles. I'm not feeling confident taking out the lair at Sprawl. You also may have noticed, by the way, that we only really go into 2 locations a lot, or even in other videos. In Denial, there's only the 2 locations. There are much more locations once you get up to the higher confessions. So this one, if we do 6 or less road battles, then we get some more crit, as opposed to having to clear out a lair, which we really don't want to do. And I suppose we're going to go there.
Rain, resignation, and death. This land is truly barren.
Alright, nobody hated each other yet. It's good stuff.
War. Rewards only resignation.
Okay. There's a hoarder here. We don't really want to do that. That's a resistance encounter. That's difficult from a road battle. So we kind of prefer not to go this way, but this is also 2 unknowns. So I guess we're going to hold the right. Go left. I want to get to the hero shrine and unlock more abilities. And then a hoarder. We might have enough cash after doing all of these. Okay.
Is your coach prepared for the upcoming obstruction? The loathing whispers. Your path lies through them, and so they must fall.
Nobody's applying any buffs, so it really doesn't matter how we do this. Oh. A little rude, not gonna lie. You're taking 14 a turn. That's going to reduce his damage.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
God damn. They're just picking on Bonnie. Can't really do much of anything else.
This wound, at least, has been tended to. unpleasant in the extreme. This work is
I like
noble
that.
and necessary.
Not you, maybe you. We need somebody who's like insanely slow. Or at least as slow as we could possibly get. Why are you... Okay. So not to sound like a broken record, but I've really been enjoying Darkest Dungeon 2. The fact that I don't have to worry about... there's definitely some management elements. And it's unique enough what with trying to keep everybody's relationships well. It's honestly a lot like... If you guys have played Renowned Explorers, which is a sort of like Explorers era like team building game. There's combat in that game too, but primarily what it's all about is getting your teammates, is building your team into a team that can like produce stat checks in order to get bonuses and like explore areas and unlock new artifacts and stuff like that. But in this game, it's much more combat central, but you still sort of get like that, okay, well, how do I make this team work? We've got to solve like these issues. And meanwhile, your team's bickering at each other and all that. So it seems a lot like that, except it's in a more streamlined, like straight-ish path. I would love to buy off somebody's negative quirks. Bonnie could probably use some help, though. I don't like you having Braggart. You having that disease resist is also a little weird. 16. It'll take all of our cash monies in order to get rid of Braggart on you. I'm willing to do that because we need relationships. And we go left up here. Paracelsus can work with everybody, apparently.
So twisted by despair.
He wants to leave. There's no difference between these two.
The slow suffering begins.
So long as we spread this damage, we're actually quite good because of the wagon healing. All right. I guess we're just stacking some burn on you too. Beautiful.
This is no time to falter.
Absolutely rude. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to do about all this. Attack a corpse. There we go.
Messy, but effective.
This is certainly pretty textbook, but then again, we also started this run with like plus 100% damage on the first turn, which is pretty damn strong.
Travel without proper reconnaissance. A hasty and reckless thing indeed.
Can you not attack my Plague Doctor, please? Not quite there. So let's just remove further debuffs. Ouch. Get rid of that token there. Save Bonnie. Y'all being pretty annoying. I can't get away with that. Oh, now we're not in the correct position. That was terrible. Noted.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
Well, if I hit, that's not going to matter. Let's keep our torch up, by the way. Or, you know what, it'll also take care of that. Our team is getting absolutely slapped right now. This is honestly a little embarrassing. If we survive this, though, we're going to have some damn good relationships. That's not how we get there, though.
A little help impeccably timed.
All right.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
How far are we from the cultists? We can get some supplies here. Hopefully this isn't a battle. Hopefully that's not a battle. We could potentially full heal by the time that we get there. It's going to be rough, though, without all of our wagon wheels.
When the cult came, no orders were shouted, no swords were drawn. There was only stupefying horror, and the catatonic lethargy that follows it.
Plus 66% bleed resist. Well, that's kind of helpful, considering. These are all good things. Chance to produce contraption items. That's pretty good. Okay. We're going to take these. We're going to equip people up. Who has the worst bleed resist? You guys. People who are more likely to need healing. Interesting. Alright. Feeling a little less comfortable with this team right now, but we're already healing up. Just depends on what this event up ahead is.
Reflect, remember, and reconcile.
Okay, I can deal with that. I think there was more clotting powders too. Alright. Runaway has a lot of skills she's not using in the front line, so we're going to go ahead and do her echoes.
Runaway. Chapter 1. The Pigs of St. Martha's. Her pious caretakers had marked her for the last time. Tonight, she would escape their cruelty at last.
Okay. So, a lot of these shrines that give you abilities, they sort of give you like these puzzle encounters. I gotta get up to the front. Okay, I gotta get up to the front position in order to take a key. Gives me negative stress, and then sends me all the way back. And it removes whatever the heck this is. Mark location. This rank will be searched. Gotcha. And this gives me 2 turns of stealth. And we can go forward too. Got it. Okay, now we don't gotta worry about being searched because she's searching the back 2 ranks. Now we're in front position. So we can pickpocket. We just gotta do that again. We don't need a stealth. Easy clap. We out. Now give me my skill.
Blindly into the rain. The squeals of the pursuing sisters lost in the howling
Another
wind.
melee attack. That's exactly what we're looking for. Self forward 1. Maybe not necessarily that. However, we could forward 1, back 1. target pull 1. Random adjacent monster. 3 flame when target is marked. She's got quite a bit of that, like spreading burn. Huh. Anyways, we're probably going to put this on.
The loathing whispers.
I like Firefly in case we get to the back rank, but we really shouldn't be in the back rank. So maybe that's what we're replacing. Alright.
The coach's plating is spent.
I'm not feeling so
We are
comfortable anymore.
exposed. He chatters incoherently, but his prices remain fixed.
Alright. Is there anything worth spending our baubles on? Chance for positive relationships sounds pretty good. More academic studies and caches means that we're going to get more stuff. Random hero after each location, less stress. We're doing pretty good on stress. Maybe that means that we lean a little bit more into that and just don't worry about it. Free whiskey, though. Hoo-wee! I like the idea of free whiskey. I think we're going to buy that. Okay. We still have enough for all of our repairs. I like that. Is there anything that we should buy while we're here? A couple more glimmers? Maybe? Maybe we should wait till we get to the inn. I like potentially having more laudanum. Can never have too much. This reduces some stress. Nah, we'll keep going. The distillery was worth it, but we can't install it until we get to the inn. And look at that. We're going to Oblivion's Rampart. So as long as this isn't a dangerous path or hazardous path, and puts us into a urgent repair, we're fully healed. We should do good against cultists, I think. With our backline damage, they're gonna be negligible. Famous last words. I can deal. All right. Well, here I am working on the front line again. Let's get that light up. Denial gives everybody a buff that gives them a chance to get stealth, which thankfully Runaway can just take care of. She's got the No You card.
An opportunity squandered.
It's a bit spooky. Next turn backline's dead. Hopefully that's soon enough. We have the HP to tank that. If you're gonna crit, then please miss. No. You said no. A little spooky.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
We're not using battlefield medicine. We shouldn't use ounce of prevention. We need to get some traction here. It might be incision, simply because you're pretty much going to get brought down anyways. Could also just be stacking the bleed on you right now. Because with that mark, we're definitely going to bleed. We could also definitely blight.
The slow suffering begins.
Need to bring you down so that you actually get death's doored by the blight. Would you stop critting, please? And now you're healing them. That's terrible. There we go. That heal is actually scuffing us big time. Front unit should be dead. They got a 5% chance to live. Famous last words. We actually got the burn.
A little help impeccably timed.
Imagine getting outplayed by science.
The smallest variable can make all the difference. There is comfort in company.
Nobody's below 33%. Gotcha. Well, we can't do much of anything. Let's get rid of these corpses. And we'll bop ya. Unless I want to reduce other people's stress. That might be wise.
Compassion quiets the howling mind.
Yeah, that was a good stall.
The work continues.
Alright. We made it somehow.
Spoils An artifact of unparalleled power.
Plus 50% disease resist and debuff resist. I'm about that. I am about that.
The loathing abates.
Because Damien really doesn't resist disease. But if we were to put that on him, he would be at max disease resist. There we go. Now she'll never be burned by Pyromaniac, which was a 5% chance, but we're just going to go ahead and avoid that. Oh, part of this is this here. So you're actually going to be at 80%. You could still get burned by Pyromaniac, but that's a 5% chance when somebody hits you. And then 80% of that time, you're going to resist it. So you have a 1% chance to get lit on fire. I kind of like those odds. Nice. The dim light. Alright, get me off this wall and crazy ride.
The place is a little worse for wear, but familiar nonetheless.
Resolute chance seems good. And Bonnie has a 5% chance for super block. I'm about it. Okay. We even have some crit chance, which is probably going on our Plague Doctor. Because Noxious Blast adding more Blight for longer seems pretty good. Crit on heal, crit on incision. It's just good stuff. Okay, hopefully everybody resists the disease. We're all going to be eating some slime mold. It's good for you. It's good for you. Don't look at it. Nice. Resisted the disease. Okay, who has the banner? You have the banner, so we don't want to give you plus speed. That's fine by me. You want to know who I would like to give plus speed is you, so that you can possibly just go ahead and just blow up the back line. Seems good to me. We have a slot for clotting powders. Sort, please. Let's go to the Wainwright.
Each improvement, a new variable in the
Boosh.
equation of your fate.
Boosh. Just make sure that there's nothing
Precious
too
relics
good at the
remind us
provisioner.
of a time before the end.
Flapjacks? Oh, come on, man. Everybody likes flapjacks. Why are you gonna make me choose? I think everybody's just gonna start taking shots of whiskey.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
Get a set of cards in there. Do we have slots for laudanum? Who has our laudanum? You do. We have 2 slots for laudanum, and we need glimmers. Could probably use a couple more of these. And that's all of us. Feeling pretty good about that.
Listen,
Masteries.
practice, improve.
Heal self more. I kind of like that. I also like the idea of being able to reduce more stress on allies. Ounce of prevention up feels pretty good. War burn. Smoke screen is amazing. We might go with smoke screen, and then this pulls 2? Interesting. I like that. Gives you something to do once the backline's done. I almost clicked reset again. Please. Please, game. Alright. Who has good relationships? I wish to foster those relationships. You don't have to do anything with Paracelsus. Actually, let's play our playing cards first. There's a lot of hatred going on there, and I think that the team really needs to, like, get over it. Alright, this has the best chance here. We don't have to do anything with you. We could get some good chances by upping you with Bonnie. Why all ahead is probably not going to do much of anything. We could get you 2 for Damien, 2 for Paracelsus. That's what it's seeming like. Bonnie's just getting drunk with everybody. This won't kill her, right? I'm joking. I'm hoping it won't kill her. It's Darkest Dungeon, though. Alright, let's equip that laudanum. We're honestly looking pretty dang good. Okay, looking at our baubles.
Repaired
I feel like we
and
need...
refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
We need the travel heal. You know what?
The plating is patched. The coach
Just
stands
pack that
ready once
motherfucker.
more.
Okay. Candle of Hope chance at resistance encounter. Oh, we're basically getting candles here. And they want us to clear out the lair for candles. Still not very convinced about our backline damage. Do we have backline damage, though? Maybe? This librarian just kills me every time, though. I don't think we're clearing out the lair.
Another nameless city. Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
Okay.